Okay, well, good morning, everyone. We'll go ahead and get started. I just wanted to take this hour to cover some overall best practices when it comes to marketing yourselves as realtors, and then how the RealSavvy platform can help you with your marketing goals. So without further ado, I am going to screen share so everyone can see what I'm doing. Okay, so you all should be seeing my screen now. You should be seeing Rightmove Realty. This is just a demo website that we've created so that I can create marketing pages and show you just some best practices for creating a page to market on Facebook, et cetera. But so I'm going to cover basically 3 topics: email marketing, blog, and social media best practices, as well as Facebook ads. And then I would just like to go through an actual case study, and that way we can build a page together and market it on Facebook together. So you can kind of see soup to nuts how to create a page and then create a Facebook ad to drive traffic to it. So I'll start with we'll start with the easiest and then just graduate as we go through. If you have any questions, feel free to just use the chat box or interrupt me, and I'm happy to, or we can save questions to the end. It's up to you guys. We have a pretty small group, so I'm flexible. But we'll start with the low-hanging fruit, which is let's get familiar with your blog. Every one of you has a blog built into your site builder. As you can see on the left-hand side of the screen, it's right here. It's blog posts, and I do. So I'm going to click on blog posts, and then blogs are really, really easy. Let me move this little screen over here. Okay. All right. So I could just do new post. And then name your blog. You know, let's say it's RealSavvy Marketing 101. You start typing. So if I could do, you know, best practices is the title. Highlight it. You have control over how big you want your, you know, so you want your titles to be a little bigger, even bigger. Really basic as far as embedding videos or photos into your blog post. So if I click on the plus sign, I have access to the camera, which will pull in, you know, a photo from my desktop or a video. So if you have like a YouTube video, for example, on, let's say I create a marketing 101 video, I upload it to YouTube, I can then drop it into my blog post. Basic. So really nothing to learn there. SEO, just make sure you always title. SEO is important. Search engine optimization is important because this is how you show up in Google. It's the Google juice that keeps people finding your website. So if I do a blog on best practices for real estate agents in 2017, if I'm an agent and I'm Googling that, you know, there's chances my blog post will start to show up in Google once enough people see it and really have the right Google juice behind it. So title, just make sure you fill out these last 3 components of your blog post. So SEO is the title of the blog. SEO description is what the blog post is about. So this is about marketing, you know, best practices for realtors. Blah, blah. Keywords. Keywords are more than just one word. You have to think of a keyword as like a keyword string. So for example, marketing for realtors, best practices for real estate agents. Think about something that someone's actually going to Google to find this particular post. If I put marketing as a keyword, this blog post is never going to show up, because think about all the things that people are Googling that include the word marketing. I mean, it could be marketing for truck drivers. It could be marketing for scuba diving. I mean, it could be anything. So like you want to be really specific with your keyword strings. And then in your keywords, always include the name of your business. So if it's, in this case, Rightmove Realty, I use that keyword as, I use my business title as a keyword. Now, moving on to SEO Facebook, this is Open Graph title. Open Graph is basically something Facebook created about 7 years ago, which basically, you know, anytime you share an article on a Facebook, you know how it populates the article for you. That's Open Graph. So title is the name of the blog post. Type, this is just the way the site builder is built. This is for every one of you. If you're building a blog post or you're creating a new page, Open Graph type under SEO Facebook is website. This never changes. So across the board, write that down. It's website. The URL is the actual URL to the blog post. You can include an image if you'd like. So if I want to share this post to Facebook, it'll populate an image for me. And then description is the same description you used over here. So you can reuse, you know, a lot of what you use for the original setup in the SEO for Facebook and Twitter. One more thing to note is under SEO Twitter. So again, if I post this blog post to Twitter, under Twitter site, this is not your website name. It's actually your Twitter handle. So right here, I would put RealSavvy. So that's just a little FYI. So Twitter site is your actual Twitter handle. SEO Facebook under Open Graph Type is website. So those are the only two things that you just kind of wouldn't be as, it's not intuitive. So just make note of that. So now you have a blog post. Why do I mention blog posts? Because they're great for not only creating content, but driving traffic back to your site. And to include in what my next topic is email marketing. So let's dive into email marketing, and I'll kind of talk to why having a blog post on your site is important, because you can, of course, include it in your email marketing. So highly recommend hitting up your current clients, prospects with any form of email marketing, so long as it's relevant. I actually get a local broker here in Austin. I get an e-newsletter every month about the top 10 things to do in Austin for that month. So, you know, top 10 hottest concerts, new restaurants, whatever for December. That's actually content that I'm interested in reading, right? It's not about, not just about housing trends, or it's not just about, you know, the hottest home in your neighborhood, which yes, I do want to know about, but this is a more broad-based content. Because some of your past clients who, let's say I closed on a home in January, well, I'm not necessarily looking for a new home. I just bought one from you. So but having content that I'm actually interested in reading about that relates to me or my lifestyle here in Austin is going to keep me engaged with you. It's going to keep your name, your agent brokerage name in front of mind, you know, monthly. So I recommend doing monthly newsletters. If you don't already have an email marketing platform, I have a couple to recommend. MailChimp, of course, is my favorite. It's actually free for up to like 10,000 or 7,500, I believe, up to 7,500 people. It's free. So MailChimp is great. It's really easy to use. Drag and drop content blocks. Constant Contact is another one. Mad Mimi is free for up to like 10,000, I believe. Not my favorite interface, but it gets the job done. Emma is another one. Send in Blue is another one. So those are all just some email marketing platforms that get yourself familiar with. And eventually, probably Q2 of 2018, you'll have some, you know, drip campaign capabilities built into your RealSavvy platform. But until then, you can easily adopt a free email marketing platform like MailChimp. And back to why, you know, not only why is it important, but having your blog posts tie into your email marketing is great. So if I do a monthly newsletter, let's say about top 10 things to do in Austin in December, I can use that same content that I use for my e-newsletter as a blog post. So now I'm creating a multitude, you know, of content that is relevant not only to my readers, but to anybody that's, you know, in Austin Googling top 10 things to do. So just reuse content is really the moral of the story. Don't feel like you have to create new content every day. You can reuse a blog post into an e-newsletter and vice versa. Something that you write about in an e-newsletter, you can create a blog post about it. So it's just great to keep, you know, and the more links you have back to your website, the better. So if you have a blog post about top 10 things to do in Austin, and you post that on Facebook and you post it on Twitter and you include it in an e-newsletter, you just created 3 touch points for that URL to drive traffic back to your website. The more URLs that are out there that are driving traffic back to your website, the better. Google loves that. So get those URLs out there. Let's move to whoever has that music on.
Hey, man.
Muting.
Sure. Just watching a marketing thing from RealSavvy.
Yeah, whoever that is, you mind muting? Okay, cool. All right, so email marketing, definitely a great practice. Also was really some of the highest engagement that your email newsletters are gonna get are emails that include video. So create, you know, you could just screen record yourself talking the way I am right now and embed that into
a website. Yes, that's correct.
E-newsletter. So really, really helpful. And it actually increases engagement, gets people to actually to your newsletter or read it.
Through email? I just went.
I think whoever's speaking, we're probably gonna have to listen to that conversation for a little bit. So, okay.
I've taken on this. Yeah, website, it can now go into the footer. That's the new thing.
Can you guys hear me okay?
Yes, and whoever is on the phone as well.
I know, me too. I just can't tell who it is. I'm trying to find them. And
Sounds like Rick.
So I found a way, and somebody did it, and they kind of put it like right up front, and then you put it in as a.
Well, I don't know how to stop it, so we're just gonna have to listen to their conversation. But anyway, so yeah, email marketing, include some videos in it. Just keep your content fresh. Don't spam people. Don't do an e-newsletter every day or every week even. I mean, people, you know how it is. Your inbox is bombarded with stuff. So if it's relevant content, weekly is fine. Daily is too much for sure, but monthly is perfect. You guys are busy. A monthly newsletter is great. And definitely don't spam people. If you just, if you buy a list of, let's say you buy a list of leads and you have like 10,000 names that just kind of spammy, you can get flagged and MailChimp will shut you down. So make sure these are people you actually know so you don't get flagged. Moving on to social media. I'm assuming all of you have a Facebook business page. If you don't, do that.
Right.
Let me pull up ours. Okay. Facebook business pages. Most realtors have one. It's a great way to keep your personal life separate from your real estate business. And it's a great way to engage clients. I'm going to dive more into why some best practices for Facebook business pages. So, as you guys saw in a Feature Friday newsletter not too long ago, when you're setting up your page, you'll notice in the top right-hand corner, you can customize this button. So most of you have a mobile app, either the Android or the iOS, built by RealSavvy. So take advantage of this button to drive people to download your app. So as you're setting up your Facebook business page, there's this use app. I mean, I already did the use app, but here I'll delete it.
Google has them all, which they kind of do.
So that you can see kind of how to set it up. So when you first land on your Facebook business page, you'll see add a button. Simply click on add a button and you can do download app and then use the app link that we provided to you. So don't use just the regular iTunes or Google Play Store URL. Use your unique one. Most of you have a download my app on your homepage. So when you click on that, use that URL and plug it in here. So then you can have a download app button on your Facebook page and you can actually boost this. So once I have a URL tied in here, so we'll do download app. I'll delete this later, but just to show you. Now that I have that done, I have my use app, I can boost it. So I can get app users, which I recommend you guys doing. And you can target, download your personal app to a custom audience that you've created or to create a new audience. So let's cover custom audiences really quickly because creating a custom audience in Facebook is a great way to hit people with your Facebook ads. And if you want to invite, let's say you have, like Todd Bergen is a great example. You have probably like 10,000 contacts that you could invite to like your Facebook business page. So you could create a custom audience with your contact list. So once you create a Facebook business page, you can select the ads manager, which is what I'm in right now. This is what the ads manager looks like. If you haven't created a Facebook ad before, this is what it looks like. So for all of you who are new to it, again, I highly recommend custom audience lists because they're people you know. They're specific lists. They're people who are going to recognize your name. So if I want to invite my list of 10,000 people to like my Facebook business page, I can hit those people specifically. So to create a custom audience list, top right-hand corner of your ads manager, click on audiences, right below ads manager. So you click on audiences.
Yeah, absolutely. And then where's your kind of main California?
And then you're going to upload an Excel or CSV file basically of your contact list. So let's say you have from a previous CRM or from your RealSavvy CRM or just any sort of email list. you create audience. So we're going to do a custom audience.
Okay, got it.
And then here's your options. So you can do, people who've downloaded your app. You can, for our intent purposes, you're going to do a customer file. So select customer file.
Yeah, Alaska's getting impressed.
And you can import from MailChimp. So like, taking Todd in his example, if he was using MailChimp and he had 5,000 contacts in there, you could just import those contacts directly from MailChimp. Or if I have my own Excel file, which most of you would have, that's what I use mostly. Click that. And then here's where you just upload your CSV file. So you're going to usually match by first name, last name, city, email. Phone number is a little tricky because Facebook has a very specific way that they want their phone numbers to be set with like a +1, like the country code, etc. So it's a little bit of a pain. I recommend first name, last name,
everybody from
zip code if you have it, city, email.
I have a question.
So upload your file. Yeah.
So
what is DOI?
that, if you import your, say, mailing list from MailChimp, and that's going to hit everybody that's on Facebook, though?
Right. So yeah, exactly. So let's say
So if they're on my list, but they might not be Facebook friends with me, they'll still get it.
They'll still get it. As long as they have a Facebook account, they'll get it.
And can you put just email addresses in that block?
Yeah, absolutely.
And Facebook, if there's if their Facebook page is linked to that email address, it'll send to them.
Correct.
Got it.
Yeah, it doesn't matter if you're Facebook friends or not. It doesn't matter if they like your business page or not. That's what's cool about it, is that you can create a custom audience and hit these people with some ads in a way that maybe you're not reaching them in email. Because think about it. I mean, most of our email, our inboxes are inundated with ads and specials and whatever. So like it's everyone's on Facebook. Everyone's scrolling through their news feed and they're going to get hit with an ad inevitably. So it's a great way to reach people without really being very invasive. Everyone expects to see a boosted post or an ad on Facebook. So, but custom audiences are cool. So as long as that person has a Facebook account that matches the email address that you upload, you'll be able to hit them with an ad. So sometimes you'll find, like, if I upload a list of 10,000 people, and of those 10,000 people, maybe 3,000 of them have outdated emails that don't match whatever their current profile is, then my match rate might be 70%, which is still great. I'm still hitting 7,000 people with an ad. So definitely recommend custom audiences. So let's say we'll kind of do a test, a pretend that I just uploaded 7,000, or we'll do my Thanksgiving list. So this is actual actual RealSavvy clients that I wanted to send a Thanksgiving email to. So we'll have a Thanksgiving list. Now let's go back to my RealSavvy page. Let's pretend that this is your realtor business page. And I want to invite, maybe I just created it or it's new, but I want to invite my custom audience to like my page. So what I'll do is I will share my page. I'm going to share my Facebook business page. And I'm going to share it not on my personal timeline. I'm going to share it as RealSavvy. So I'm going to share it as Todd Bergener Realtor or as Katie Gonzalez Realtor. So not as Alani personally. So I'm going to click on share on a page you manage. So I'm going to share on this page. And I manage a couple pages. So I'm going to pick RealSavvy. And I'm going to be like, hey, like.
Yeah, exactly. No, it's nice. It's really big space. Really big space.
I don't.
Whatever it is, right? Okay. So now then you can post this.
Okay, so.
Which I'm not going to do, but just take, for example, if I post this, now I'm going to invite just anybody who likes my page to like it. However, once it's posted, then I can boost the post and hit my custom audience. So let's take this. That's actually already boosted. Let's take this post, for example. Let's pretend that this was my post that invited people to like my post. See this little blue button? Every post you have on your business page allows you to boost a post, meaning you're going to set however much you want to pay to boost this particular post. So we'll say this is the one about liking my Facebook page. I'm going to scroll down, and here I can hit my custom audience list. So there's my Thanksgiving list. So I'm going to basically blast this ad to these people only. So I'm not, it's just custom audiences are great because I'm not wasting money. I'm hitting people who I actually want to like this page, not just everybody in Austin over the age of 18, right? Like I don't care if, grandma out in Round Rock likes my page or not. I want someone that, is an actual home buyer or a friend of mine to like my page. So you could set your budget. Maybe I want to spend $100 to invite, 7,000 people to like my page. Whatever, you set your budget. You can set the duration. So maybe you want to do this, you want to have this boosted post for $100 for 7 days. So just run it until however long.
Exactly.
And then you have your payment information probably already saved, and then boost the post. And then you can see what it looks like in mobile, etc. But now you have paid $100 to drive people to like your Facebook business page. Why is it important to have people like your page? It just helps with, validation. If I'm looking for a realtor in Austin and I meet Joe Smith, most likely I'm going to go to his Facebook business page and see if he's, how relevant he is or not. In addition to seeing like, okay, do they have a website? Are they popular? Like, do I know anybody who's maybe worked with him before? Facebook's a great way just to do your like validating if someone's legit. So if I see someone has 1,000 likes on their Facebook page, okay, like they know people, they've worked with people. Probably if they only have 2 likes, I'm not convinced. So you can spend $100 and get some people to like your business page. So that's just kind of one example to drive traffic. Again, you could boost your mobile app the same way. So let's say I have a current client. These are, separate target lists. This is my current clients, and I have, we'll say I have 300 clients in my CRM. So I'm going to get app users. I'm going to boost my app, like, hey, download my app. And I'm going to hit up maybe people who like my page. So it's just relevant people. And you can set your budget, etc. I mean, you can spend as much as you want or as little as you want, but this will drive app downloads. Driving app downloads is important because everything that's built into the RealSavvy platform is all about sharing. So share the app, if I download Mark's app and then I share it with my husband, Andy, well, now Andy and Mark are connected on the RealSavvy platform. Andy then shares it with his mom, and now Andy's mom is connected to Mark on the RealSavvy platform. So you just start creating this organic kind of social network of people connected to you, all with like a $5 boosted app post, right? So think about how kind of like the domino effect of the post gets someone to download the app, gets someone to share the app, gets that person now connected to you. So at the end of the day, this is all about growing your network, driving leads, getting people to engage with your platform. So now that we covered some of the basics of custom audience lists and boosted posts, let's actually go through a trial together. I'm going to, actually, you know what, before I do that, let's just finish up with social media as a whole.
And that's my part.
Instagram, if you guys don't already have a business Instagram account, do it. It has a higher engagement than Facebook. So get your Instagram account. Yeah, what's up?
Is there things that you can and can't do with the business versus the personal account? And the reason why is I've switched over and tried the business account, but I think when you're trying to share, if you go to Instagram and you know how you can then share to Facebook, share to Twitter.
Yeah.
The business account let you do that?
Yes.
It does? Okay.
Yeah, for sure.
I remember I switched back because there was something that it wouldn't let me do.
You have to link it. I could probably screencast my phone. I might be able to screencast my phone and show you. But basically, when you have your Instagram business account and you have your Instagram business, then you have your Facebook business page. So I have, for example, me personally, I have my Alani personal Instagram and my own Facebook page, and I manage the RealSavvy Instagram and Facebook.
Okay.
So when I create the RealSavvy Instagram account, in my settings, you can link the Facebook page. So you have to link, first it'll say link to Todd Bergener, and then it'll say which page. And then you choose Todd Bergener Real Estate, or in my instance, I would choose RealSavvy. So then anytime I share something from Instagram to Facebook, it's going to the RealSavvy Facebook, not to mine.
Yeah.
Got it. Maybe that's what the issue was, that I was on my business Instagram trying to share it to my personal page and it wouldn't let me.
Yeah, exactly.
So can you do that? Is there a workaround there? Because for instance, like my personal page has like 5,000 friends. The business page only has like 3,000.
Gotcha. So you can only link to one account.
Okay.
So Todd Bergener, your personal Instagram is going to link to your personal page, and you can't have two accounts linked to one page.
Got it. So that's what the hiccup was for me personally.
Yeah. So you'll have to, you would have to use pick one or the other. But
right. And can you go over the pros and cons of the business versus the personal Instagram page?
Well,
is there anything you can do different, I guess?
Put my systems together.
I think it all boils down to content.
Checklists and stuff
some people want to share pictures of their kids.
That was a really big thing
or of their dogs on Instagram into their personal page. But they want to hit their clientele with more like real estate specific stuff, pictures of really cool modern homes or pictures that they took of like an Austin neighborhood or an Austin new restaurant. So it all depends on the content you want to share. Like if you want to share content across to your friends that's also real estate related, that's fine. But you don't want to necessarily hit a lead prospect with a picture of you at a music festival. Maybe you do, maybe you don't. But like, having those two accounts lets you keep your personal life personal and your business life really whatever you want it to be, but more real estate specific. So, and you have better control over metrics with your business account. Because, for example, if I'm sharing, I have somebody helping me with social media posts or whatever, I get a better engagement, an actual, real engagement metrics if I'm doing something specifically for business. Like if I'm doing a paid Facebook ad and all my friends are liking it, so it's really not that helpful, right? Because maybe my friends are going to buy a house for me, but maybe they're not. But I'm trying to hit a specific clientele. So it just depends, like how you want to measure your metrics, and then what type of content it is that you want to share. But I do recommend, regardless of what type of content, have your Facebook business page regardless. Instagram, if you want to just use one Instagram and make it Todd Bergener Realtor and share just to your personal page, and then you can share from your personal page over to your business page, that's fine too.
Well, have a great trip.
But overall, Instagram has a higher engagement rate than Facebook. So if you, you can also advertise on Instagram. So if you maybe like you have a new listing, definitely recommend marketing that on Instagram. This is how you do it. So let me go back to my ads manager. You do your Instagram ads through Facebook Ads Manager. So here I am on Facebook. Something to keep in mind is that Instagram, Facebook ads are a different size than regular Facebook ads. So, as you're creating content, let's say you're going to create an ad about your new listing in 78704, and you want to create an ad for Facebook, but you also want that ad to be shared on Instagram, you're going to have to do basically two versions of the same ad. And I don't know if you guys have ever used Canva. I pulled it up right here.
I love it.
I love it. It's awesome. It's a free, it's the best. It's like graphic design.
Like $10 a month.
Yeah, it's awesome. And
super easy too.
Super easy. You could drag in your images. You could drag in your logo. You have to have zero, designer skills. But here is everything that it provides you. So if I wanted to do, and it's great for ads, specifically for ads, because everything's already measured out for you. So you don't actually have to even know, what the pixels are for an Instagram versus a Facebook ad. I could just create on click on Facebook ad and then create this ad, click on Instagram ad, create the Instagram ad. But we'll say, for example, that back to Ads Manager, let's say I want to create a video ad just for Instagram. I don't want to share it on Facebook. I just want to share it on Instagram. I'm going to click create. And you have multiple options for what type of ads you want to create. Do you want to drive traffic to your site? Do you want to drive app installs of your RealSavvy app? Lead generation. I don't know if any of you have used the lead generation before. I love it. But it kind of depends on what your goals are, really. So what lead generation ads are is basically if I have a Facebook ad, in the bottom right-hand corner, it says learn more or sign up. Like let's say it's back to my listing for my 78704 home, and I have a private showing this Saturday, and I'm trying to get people to come to my private showing. That could be my private showing ad. And when I click on sign up on the ad, it's going to prompt me to add my lead information right then and there. So it never takes you away from the Facebook post. I don't have to go to your website. I don't have to click on anything else. I just click on the ad and I enter my name and I hit submit and you get a lead right away. Pretty cool. So lead generation, you build a form out. And again, it could be, depends on your goals. If you just, if you have a private showing, or I'm trying to think of other instances for a realtor that might be helpful, but maybe you have like a sweepstakes or a giveaway and you're trying to get new leads, you really generate the lead right then and there. One thing to note, and this is a funny thing about Facebook, Facebook will notify you when your friend went to go eat eggs down the street, like you get Facebook notifications for everything. Facebook will not notify you when you get a new lead from the lead generation ad. It's very annoying, but so that's just best practices. I'll show you what a new lead looks like from the Ads Manager console in a second, but just keep that in mind that if you do decide to do a lead generation ad, you actually have to go into your Ads Manager every day and check for that lead. It's kind of annoying, but.
Alon, I have a question on that.
Yeah.
So whenever I'm doing Facebook ad, I often get stumped here because I want to do all these things. I want to have brand awareness. I want to reach. I want to get traffic. I want to engage people. But you can only pick one, right?
Right. You only pick one.
So, how do you – and of course you want to lead generate, right? So you just trial and error and see which one. Are they all similar, or what do you think is the best tool?
Here's what I recommend. I recommend A/B testing. ABC testing. Take the same ad. Let's say it's, again, this house I have in 78704. And I'm going to test 3 types of ad, but don't change anything. Like, you're not going to change the graphic. You're not going to change the title of the ad. You're not going to change the content of the ad. You're just going to change the goal. And I do this. I mean, it's funny because sometimes one particular ad resonates with a certain goal and a different ad resonates with another type of goal. And you don't really necessarily know which is going to be the best for you until you trial it. So what you could do is take the same ad, set it up 3 times, same budget for each, like do $20 each type of ad, and then run it for 7 days and see which does better for you.
Yeah.
Overall, I mean, app installs are always good if you're driving back to your specific app, download app page. Me specifically, traffic and engagement are always kind of sure bets. Reach is a sure bet as well. Reach is basically serving your ad to as many people as possible. It's all about impressions. You're getting charged on impressions. I don't ever do message ads. Personally, I don't do them. They're not my favorite. If you have success with them, and if you're already doing something that works, keep doing it. But messages, these over here aren't going to be, conversions are only going to be useful to you if you have a conversion pixel set up on your site. And that might be basically a conversion ad is like if I have a sign up form on my homepage and someone hits submit on that form, there's going to be a pixel on the back end that lets me know that ad helped drive that conversion. It's a little more complicated. I don't necessarily recommend these 3 for your intent purposes. I don't recommend messages as much. Video views, if you guys have good video content, like, you're marketing this listing and you're doing a home, you have a Matterport video or something, then video views could be cool. But traffic, engagement, reach are always a safe bet. You can't really go wrong with those. And especially all of you have a pretty, killer RealSavvy website. So I'm going to kind of go through a trial with you. It's already 10:30, so we'll do it really fast because I didn't realize the time's already getting away from me. But so just a reminder: engagement, traffic, reach, safe bet. Let's do one together really quickly. So I'm going to go to my RealSavvy site builder. I'm going to create a new page, and I'm going to create a page for the best homes in 2000. I'm sorry, the best homes in 78704 this month or whatever. Like something that is going to get some interest. So hottest new homes in 78704. Now don't forget, plug all the SEO, Facebook, Twitter stuff in. We already went over that. So
this is a page, not a blog, right?
This is a page. Yeah, this is a page. We're going to actually go through a really cool marketing little trick. And here's the trick. I'm basically going to create a Facebook ad. I'm going to drive traffic to a specific page. and I'm going to capture a lead on my page. That's what I'm gonna do. So when you know that whenever you capture a lead on your RealSavvy page, you'll get an instant text message alert, email alert. It'll drop up in your RealSavvy CRM. So we'll walk through this together. So let's say I'm gonna do hottest homes in 78704. Let's do a quick cover. Clear the logo. Hottest homes in 78704. And then I'm going to say, click to view or whatever. And when they click to view, it's going to prompt them to create a login. And here's how. Basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a home board of homes that I pick in 78704. I'm going to pin them to a board. And then I'm going to use the link to that board that I created in here, so that when someone clicks on view, it's going to land them on the board. And I'll try to do it really quick. So view homes, let's pick a pretty background image, and we'll clear the logo. Make this a little bigger. So settings, section 8. Okay. All right, so hottest homes in 78704, click to view. And then when I click on view homes, it's going to land me on a home board. So then I have to go to my actual website, create a board, as you all know how to do, create that board, pin 5 or 6 homes, take the URL from that board, put it as the link for that button. So now you have this cool like teaser page, if you will. Again, make this look a lot better. I'm just doing this from time's sake because it's already 10:40. But you know, make a beautiful page, link to that board so that, and make it's a private board. Basically, you don't share it with anybody. You just create the home board, copy the link, drop the link into view homes. They click on that, it creates a lead. So now we have hottest homes in 78704. So let's go back to our ads manager. I'm going to use traffic. So I want to drive traffic to that page. So I'm driving traffic to the page I created. So we're going to name this 78704 leads. And now I'm in my Facebook ads manager. So you have a couple tricks when it comes to setting. I mean, the most important thing, well, several most important things when it comes to your Facebook ads, it's who you're targeting. Who are you hitting this ad with? You have, of course, the example of a custom audience. I always recommend custom audiences depending on your goal. So for me, working at RealSavvy, I want just realtors. For you, as a realtor, maybe you want somebody in 78704 who looks like they're about to buy a home. So here's how you do that. Or you could do your custom audience list. Or you could do both. So let's say I have my, we'll go back to the example from earlier. I want to hit up all the people in my CRM. So we're going to do my Thanksgiving list. I'm going to hit up 13,000 people. I'm also going to hit up people in 78704, obviously, because that's where my home is. So 78704, this is where my new listing is, whatever. And then I want to include, in addition to 78704, people who are about to buy a home. Someone who's 18, probably not going to afford a home in 78704, most likely. You know, so maybe we'll do 27 to 65, and then you can get pretty detailed. So I want to find someone who's likely to move. These are people who are likely to move. That's pretty specific. So I'm going to click that. You can, I believe you can get with behaviors as well. So residential profiles.
You're doing like keywords where you can like first-time home buyer, new house.
First-time home buyer, yeah.
Seller, stuff like that.
Purchase behavior. Home. Are they about to buy a home? Are they, oh, that's like more, oops, there's home. Sorry. No, home improvement, no. How about residential profiles? New mover, not recent home buyer, because that's not your...
Too late.
Too late, but like, you know, likely to move. They recently got a mortgage. Yeah, too late. But here you can get really like in depth with people's buyer profiles and kind of, you know, who are the people, you know, people that are like, you can get crafty, like outdoor enthusiasts. Like this home is 5 minutes away from the green belt. whatever, like you can just target accordingly. So you can get pretty specific with you can also get people that can afford a home in the first place, right? Like you can pick medium home income. So I can pick, let's see, demographics. Income. So median income, someone that has a median income of 50,000 to 75,000 is likely not going to be able to afford a house in 78704. So, I mean, truthfully, right? So like, just get a little more specific, because these are, you're paying for these ads, right? So you want to hit the right people, and you want to hit people that can actually afford this house. So,
you still can't get the house at that price.
I know, that's probably true. Oh, sad. But so, you can increase to whatever. And so now I have likely to move. I know they have an income that's over 100,000. They're over the age of 27 at least. That's probably still too young for that neighborhood, but you never know. And then in addition, I have my customer list. That's pretty awesome. I have a pretty specific, audience of who I'm targeting. And then if I want to save this audience, because I'm going to be hitting up, maybe I have a lot of listings in 78704, and I kind of like the demographic I picked, you could save it and name it. So I'm going to name this my 78704 target audience. Save it. So then you don't have to do it again next time. It's already set for you. Here's a little trick I actually learned from a really killer ad agency recently, is that lifetime budget ads tend to have a better engagement than daily budget. It's just Facebook's sneaky way of getting you to pay more money, but you're actually not spending more. You're setting the same. It just shows them that it shows Facebook that you're committed to this ad. So if you pick lifetime budget, let's say I want to spend $100, and I'm going to just promote this ad until I just want it to run for 1 week. So there we go. Oops, that's a month. But I just want it to run for 1 week. There we go. So that's how much I want to spend. And then I want to optimize for clicks, because I want to drive people back to my landing page. If this was like a video of me showing a home, then maybe I would want to optimize for impressions, because I want people to see my video. I don't care if they click on my video, but I want to make sure they see it. So in that instance, you want to choose for impressions. In this instance, I want to drive people back to the page I created, so link clicks. You're going to run ads all the time. Facebook usually optimizes for all that. And then I have this little thing over here, so I have to move. Okay. And then you hit continue. And this is where you design your ad. So you can, put a little teaser image of, really beautiful home. You can, whatever you do, you can of course create your ads here. Just keep in mind that Facebook is a stickler for how many words are on your ad. So you want to be with minimal wording on the ad graphic itself. Otherwise, Facebook won't approve your ad. So I could do like a pretty home, and I could put 78704 kind of across it in small text. That's fine. But if 78704 takes up the whole ad, like in big letters, Facebook won't approve it. So think minimal, minimal, minimal when it comes to wording. And then, save the actual text space for whatever you want to say. So here's where we're going to put the URL here's the page we created. For example, we'll pretend that this is the URL. Here's my cool new page. It's a little teaser. Again, I built that page specifically to capture a lead, because someone's not going to be able to view those homes until they sign up. So I'm going to drop my my URL right here. It's probably not going to preview it because that's a builder. Oh, it did. Cool. And then you can, upload your image. If you've already used Facebook ads before, then it'll probably already have some stuff saved. I don't actually have any images on hand, but we'll use this. Oh, that would never work because that's too much. You get the point. Pick your image. If I already have one saved, I do. So I just pick one from here. Picture of a home, something that's enticing. That's a cool photo. We'll use that. Okay, so here's my ad. You can preview how it's going to look on, your mobile newsfeed, how it's going to look on your desktop, etc. And then a couple tips. I always preview for mobile. Here's why. Because you can have a really long title for your headline, like view a something that's, enticing, like exclusive look. How about that? People love exclusivity. Exclusive look into 78704, whatever. I like to preview my ads in the mobile newsfeed, because if I use something that's too long, for example, like exclusive look into 78704 hottest homes, it's going to cut it off. And most people are on Facebook. Okay, even longer than that. But you know what I mean? If this is super, super long, it's going to cut it off. And most people are looking at Facebook on their phones. So, if I'm on desktop, I'll be like, ooh, look at my pretty long title. That's great for desktop. But if you're looking at it on mobile, that entire last part's cut off. So keep it to the mobile view so you can see, make sure that everyone that's on their phones is seeing exactly what you want to say. So there's my exclusive look into the hottest homes. This is going to drive traffic back to the page I built. My page is optimized for capturing leads. There's nothing else on my page. I mean, I could, if I wanted to, include at the bottom, like something about who I am, or maybe write up a quick little blurb about why 78704 is so awesome. Maybe even throw in a client testimonial, whatever. So now you have someone that wrote something about 78704. So a pretty cute little page, simple. The whole point is to capture a lead. And then you have your text. So get a sneak. Okay. Done. I created an ad. So now I have, my call to action, it could be either learn more. It's probably the best for this. Sign up, maybe. I'd say probably learn more for this particular audience. And that's it. So pretty easy. Here's a little trick also. Well, in this particular instance, I'm only going to be promoting this page via a Facebook ad. However, let's say you are using any sort of there's a cool little trick. I like this tool. It's built by Google, but it's a campaign URL builder. So I'm driving traffic back to RealSavvy. I'm using Facebook for my ad. I'm using ad. And my campaign name is 78704. And then I just create a URL. And now what I do is I take this URL, so I already copied it, and I go back to my ads manager, and I can put down here the URL parameters right here. So I know if when I, going back into my Google Analytics, I can see that this ad drove, traffic back to that page. That is if I'm using this page in other, if I'm promoting it with email and if I'm promoting it with other stuff as well. So just a little trick. So you set up your ad, confirm. I'm not going to actually do this because, we have to pay for it. So I'm just going to, but let's say this is an actual ad for you, hit confirm and you're done. And now you're driving traffic back to your page that you built that's optimized for capturing leads, and you're done. So now you just went through an entire marketing campaign. Easy. What are some questions? Anyone have any questions? If not, no worries. We're basically going to have a recording of all of these sessions, all our Savvy University sessions. We'll be on a Savvy University page on our new website, which we'll probably launch later today, if all goes well. So keep a lookout for our new RealSavvy.com website. I'll have all our recordings of our Savvy University courses. If you have any questions about anything marketing related, especially when it comes to like building a marketing page or Facebook ads or Instagram, whatever, my email is alani@RealSavvy. It's ALANI @RealSavvy.com. And hit me up. I'm happy to answer any of your questions. Support@RealSavvy.com works as well. So thank you all for taking time today. If you don't have any questions, then yeah.
Listing pages, is that the same thing as new page?
Yeah. Well, yeah. Yeah. So
Okay.
let's say you have, yes, it is. Like
Okay.
you have a specific listing you want to market.
Yeah,
then
you're just
you would,
using that as an example for hottest homes in 78704, but that could actually be a listing.
it could be 1234 Main Street.
Yep, got it.
No, keep in mind that like if it's on the MLS, you also have that listing URL too. So like if I went to, I'm going to go to your site, for example. So if I'm at toddbergener.com and let me find the listing. Okay. So nice lead capture pop-up. Always recommend using those. They're killer. So I'm going to click on this. I have this URL too. So I have a URL to that listing as well. So, you know, I can promote this particular, oh, this is an actual board. I can promote this board or I can promote this listing. So this is like an actual listing. I can drive traffic back to this listing too. That's cool. Cause you know, if I'm driving traffic back to this listing, there's two means for lead capture on the listing itself. I can contact you about it. Like if I click on this, it's going to ask me to contact Todd. Or I can add to a board and it's going to prompt me to sign up. So if you want to skip the marketing page altogether and you just want to promote your own listing, that's fine. Just use the URL to your listing. You know, I recommend, actually, I don't really recommend either. I mean, whatever is cool. You have more capability when you create a page to include more marketing on the page. Like if I have a YouTube video of me talking about this home, I can embed that YouTube video on this page. If I have you know, a gallery of photos that I want to include that I don't have on the MLS because I want to do some like sneak preview or something, you have more control over a page you build because you can market it better. Or you could just market the listing itself. If you already included killer pictures on the MLS, that's fine too. Both are options, yeah.
Got it. Wish I could hire you as my marketing person.
I'd be happy to.
I need to start getting Kimmy in here, actually.
Yeah, well, this will all be recorded, and then of course, I mean, call me directly anytime. I'm happy to help. And
appreciate that.
yeah, of course. If you ever stumped on a Facebook ad and you're not sure which is the best, you know, setup, just let me know.
Got it.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you guys. If there are no other questions, then I will sign off and let you all get to your day. Thanks for taking this hour with me.
Thank you so much for doing it.
Yeah, I hope this was helpful, and I'll have the recording up. And of course, you know, any questions, I'm here.
Absolutely. Thanks so
Bye,
much.
Lonnie.
Bye. Happy holidays, everyone. Thanks.
You.
Bye.
Yep. Bye.